Steve McDonald from Steve McDonald's Crafting and Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and I want to share with you today my 5 worst habits that I need to address, and I think everybody perhaps suffers from 1 or 2 of them, or maybe more. So these are my 5 bad habits. Let me know if you suffer from any of these in the comments below. I'd love to know. So number 1 of my biggest problems is I buy an awful lot of stuff that I think, oh, I'm going to use that now, or I'm going to use that in a couple of days' time. And then I end up putting it somewhere and not using it. So it's always good to have a list of the stuff that you bought so you know what you've got. Because I have been guilty in the past also of buying 2 of something because I didn't realise I'd already bought it a few months earlier. And this is an example of some of the stuff that I've bought. I absolutely love a kit as well. It really makes a big difference. And I want to have a go at needle felting, so I've got that needle felting kit. I want to have a go at cross stitching, so I've got that cross stitching kit. And I also wanted to have a go at this more detailed wool felting, so I've got all this stuff here, kit. Now, I'm definitely going to have a go because I want to do it. But if I don't make this on my list of things that I want to do, then what happens is I'll end up buying 2 kits of the same thing. So always list what you've bought somewhere so that you can always look back and think, yeah, I already have that. Or put it somewhere where you know you're going to use it. Anyone guilty of that? I know I am. The second thing that I'm quite guilty of is starting things and then never finishing them and putting them off to one side and thinking, I'll do that again or I'll finish those off. Now, prime example of that is these have been selling really well for me recently, and I thought, I'll make some more while I've got some time. And I probably did that 3 months ago. I must get them finished because I know as soon as I list them, they'll sell really well once they've got the resin spheres or whatever else I'm going to be putting in. I cut this unicorn out to make something for Savannah, a friend of mine's little girl. I cut this out 6 months ago, this unicorn. So again, is another thing. I do have everything here, so I know what to do, and I know that I need to do it, but I never seem to get around to finishing those jobs off. The same for my resin egg that I made using a balloon. I don't know if anyone saw that video. I've had this now probably a good 6 months, and I keep meaning to get round and doing something with this. So try and finish off stuff before you move on to the next stuff. Who's guilty of that? This next one, which is number 3, is never thinking there's a purpose to your arts and crafts. Now, I hear a lot, I've got my own members groups, and I mean a lot of groups. I talk to a lot of my members, and there's always a purpose to your arts and crafts. Even if you don't sell them, even if you don't give them away and you just hoard them, like a lot of us do, but we're not hoarders, we're crafters. There's a big difference. There's always a purpose to your crafting. I personally, and I've not really shared this widely, I suffer from anxiety, I suffer from depression quite a lot, and when it gets to me, it really gets to me bad. So I find crafting is a good way for me to work my way through that, help me relax, and give me something to focus on. Really does help my mood. It also doesn't always have to be about making something beautiful. It can be making something ugly as long as you enjoy the process. I don't know if you remember, I made this vase. I loved making it. I call it my Uggo vase. And it was such a great fun to make. Made it upcycling just a normal glass jar that I think had pickles in. And I really love this glass jar. So the purpose for this for me was just enjoying, experiencing the actual act of crafting, creating something, painting it, and I love it. It means an awful lot to me, this vase, because while I made this vase, I was having some really quite dark thoughts, and I was quite unhappy, and I was feeling quite depressed, and actually making this vase really helped me. So it might be our go, but I love it. The other thing is being afraid to start or try something new. That's why I love kits, because it always has everything that you need in it. What it also does is it gives you that confidence because it's got the instructions there. So not trying something because you're afraid of it. Now, I know personally, I'm not a great artist. I can't draw like Jazza and some of these other people and just sit down and do something. It takes me a long time, and I try really hard, and I keep persevering with it, and I love it. I have so much fun doing it that I'm not going to not do it because I'm not very good at it. The same for abstract art. I love abstract art, and as you know, I've tried quite a lot of different ways to do abstract art. That's one of mine. That's another one of mine. That's a bit of my neurographic drawing I did, and so is that. And there's another one of mine. And I've got them up everywhere. And the thing is, I'm still going to be doing. Do you know why? It gives me pleasure. It gives me a lot of happiness. So why not try it? And if you're not very good at it, who's to say you're not very good at it? Who is there? Who's anybody else to judge your work? Unless you're putting it into a competition or a show or something like that, then just do it. The more you do something, the more you learn, the better you enjoy it. I love doing paintings. I love drawing. I love anything that's creative. The other thing is, I don't have any natural talent, I don't think. Everything I've done is just out of passion. Also, being colourblind, that often used to stop me. But now I don't care. I just slop down any of the paint. I read the labels sometimes. Others I don't. And I do get people say to me, oh, that colour doesn't go with that, or you've used the wrong colour. But do you know what? I don't mind. I love it. So if you love it and you really want to do it, just do it. Don't worry about what other people say. And if you need to copy something that someone else has done, then that's fine too. You know, everybody that shares stuff on YouTube, shares it on YouTube because they want it to be seen. You can't share stuff on YouTube and think, oh, no one can copy that or no one can do something similar. Because that's not what it's all about. So if people say that, you know, it doesn't matter. Because anything that you make is not going to be an exact copy of what they've made. And it's going to be your original. And it might help you learn and develop the skills to make you really comfortable and very, very happy with what you're doing. So just do it. Make yourself happy. This next one is something I'm definitely guilty of. And that's not tidying up my work surfaces. Now, I have quite a lot of work surfaces, as you can probably see in here. I'm very fortunate. But this is my full-time job after all. I do keep the back of the room quite tidy if I can, but like I've got all my bits there as well. Look, there's my notice board of the projects I want to do. Because if a project comes up and I think, I want to try that, I put it on my little notice board I made, and then I know to do it. So again, as well, if we look round at my other table where my 3D printer is, that's not very tidy. Now, I've been working in here all day today, and I was working in here all day yesterday, and actually I've got 3 projects on the go because I'm recording 3 different projects. But even so, at the end of tonight, I know those projects will be finished. I'll tidy up. And when I come in tomorrow, I haven't got all that frustration of thinking, I can't get on because everywhere's untidy. So give it a tidy. It makes you feel great. And also, I love having a good tidy up because I often find things that I've forgotten about. A bonus one is that I used to buy lots of stuff or have lots of stuff that I knew I'd got it and could never find it. Now I organise myself much better. I label everything, I have a home for everything, and actually when I want something, I can just go straight to it and get it. And that has made a massive difference to me. You don't have to spend a lot of money on things to store stuff in. I upcycle and recycle most of what I've got. As you can see there on my back wall, they're all ice cream tubs. There's just as many. I eat too much ice cream. I think this is what I'm trying to say. I have just as many in my other studio where I do my resin, because I don't do my resin in here. And all those are labelled. And I always put them back in the same space so I know exactly where to put my hand on things when I need it. And it makes life so much easier and gets rid of a lot of those little frustrations as well when you're really frustrated and can't find something. So I hope that's helped you today. Me sharing my bad habits and an extra one. I'm sure I've probably got more. Please boot that like button if you found this to be useful. Bit tongue in cheek. But it really does help. These things have really helped me, especially with my mental health as well, which I wouldn't have survived without my crafting. Thank you to everyone that gets me a coffee. It's people like you that allow me to buy these kits and keep making these videos and keep doing all this stuff. I really appreciate it. And as you know, I keep everybody's names, which you can just see every month on my coffee board here, which is my door. And I see those every day, all the time as I'm walking past. It really does give me a great smile. So if you want to buy me a coffee, the link for that is in the description below. I will link everything that I think would be useful for you in the description below as well. Please boot that like button so you don't miss out on any of my fun other videos. Think about what your bad habits are. Share them in the comments below. I really would love to hear, and if you've got any that are the same as mine as well. Don't let people put you down, and don't take yourself too seriously if you're trying something new. Just enjoy it and have fun with it. Take care. Enjoy your crafting. Bye.